Have you ever felt it? That quiet, persistent hum in the background of your life. The feeling that you're supposed to have a special purpose, a grand story, but you somehow missed the memo explaining what it is. It feels like everyone else is living out their designated role in a great play, and you're still backstage, frantically searching for your script. You scroll through social media and see people who seem so sure, so aligned with their calling. One person is saving the rainforests. Another is building a tech empire from their garage. A third is raising a family with what looks like effortless grace. And you're just trying to decide what to have for dinner and whether you have enough energy to do the laundry. That hum of anxiety gets a little louder. It whispers that you're falling behind in a race you didn't even know you were running. This feeling is one of the oldest, heaviest pieces of baggage we carry. It's the inherited idea that your life must be for something. It needs a point, a justification, a triumphant final chapter that makes all the confusing middle parts make sense. We've been handed a map to a hidden treasure, a treasure called your life's meaning. The map is old, the ink is faded, and we spend our days trying to decipher it. We look for clues in career choices, in relationships, in hobbies, in spiritual practices. Every decision is weighed against this invisible standard. Does this get me closer to my purpose? A breakup isn't just a breakup. It's a sign that you were on the wrong path. A job loss isn't just a job loss. It's the universe pushing you toward your true destiny. We turn our lives into a detective story where we are both the detective and the missing person. But here is the central paradox, the hidden trap in this entire setup. The more desperately you hunt for this overarching meaning, the less you actually live. You're so focused on the destination on that imaginary map that you don't even notice the journey you're on. You miss the warmth of the sun on your face during your lunch break because you're worrying about whether your career has enough impact. You miss the genuine connection in a friend's laughter because you're silently wondering if you've found your tribe. You gulp down your morning coffee without tasting it, your mind already racing, calculating, and strategizing your next move in the grand chess game of finding your purpose. We're so busy trying to earn our right to exist that we forget to actually exist. It's like being at the most beautiful concert in the world, but spending the entire time with headphones on, listening to a lecture about music theory, hoping it will help you appreciate the concert more. Eventually, you just miss the music. The way everything is structured, the architecture of our shared reality, has been built on this premise for centuries. Stories, myths, religions, even modern self-help culture, they are all in their own way selling us maps. They offer blueprints for a meaningful life, and we buy them because the alternative seems terrifying. The idea that there is no blueprint, the idea that you are here on this earth for no specific reason at all. Think about how this pattern shows up. It's the pressure you feel at family gatherings when a relative asks, "So, what are you doing with your life?" They're not just asking about your job. They're asking if you've found your treasure yet. It's the sleepless nights where you list your accomplishments and they feel like a handful of dust, not because they aren't good, but because they don't seem to add up to a big, shiny meaning. This search for meaning is a habit of consciousness, passed down from generation to generation like a family heirloom. Our ancestors needed grand stories to band together, to build pyramids, to survive winters. The story of a higher purpose was a powerful tool for organization and motivation. But what if that tool is now obsolete? What if that precious heirloom is actually just a heavy stone we've been taught to carry? A stone that's making us too tired to walk freely and see the world around us. We've been told that a meaningless life is a worthless one, that without a why, there is no reason to get out of bed. But maybe, just maybe, that's the biggest story, the biggest illusion of them all. Perhaps the pressure to find meaning isn't the solution. Perhaps it's the very source of our quiet desperation. It's a subtle form of control, a way to keep us striving, consuming, and looking for answers outside of ourselves, in a book, a guru, a career, or a partner. It keeps us from looking at the simple, undeniable, and sometimes uncomfortable reality of just being here. What if the point wasn't to find the meaning of your life, but to stop asking the question? What if the transformation we are all feeling, this global shift in awareness, is about recognizing that old habit for what it is? It's not a noble quest. It's a distraction. A beautiful, intricate, and deeply human distraction, but a distraction nonetheless. It keeps your attention focused on a future promise, a potential reward, instead of the immediate, tangible, and very real experience of being alive in your own body, right here, right now. The texture of your clothes, the sound of your own breathing, the complex taste of an apple. These things are not clues to a bigger meaning. They are the meaning. Or maybe they aren't, and maybe that's okay. The first step in any real change is to see the pattern you are caught in, to see the invisible walls of the maze you've been running. And this search for a grand purpose is one of the oldest mazes there is. We've been told that freedom lies in finding the exit, in solving the puzzle. But the real freedom, the one that's waiting for us, might just be in the realization that you can stop running. You can just sit down right in the middle of the maze and realize that the sky above you has been there the whole time. You were just too busy looking for the next turn to notice it. This isn't about nihilism or despair. It's the opposite. It's about finding a peace that isn't dependent on a future accomplishment or a grand revelation. It's about untying a knot inside your own consciousness, a knot that has been pulled tight for your entire life and for the lives of those who came before you. It's about letting go of the weight of a story that was never yours to begin with. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. So, what happens when you decide to put down that heavy stone? What is the feeling that comes after you stop searching for the grand story, for that elusive meaning you were told you needed to find? The first thing you notice is a quiet, profound relief. It's a physical sensation. Your shoulders might drop an inch. The knot of anxiety that lived in your stomach for years might finally loosen. You take a full, deep breath, perhaps for the first time in a long time, without the weight of expectation attached to it. It's the feeling of coming home after a long, pointless journey. You were told the treasure was across the world, so you sailed treacherous seas and climbed impossible mountains, only to find the treasure was the feeling of your own front door closing behind you. This is the moment you accept that the universe does not owe you a why. Life isn't a riddle you have to solve to be worthy. It's not a test. This acceptance isn't a loss of hope. It's the discovery of a quiet, powerful freedom. You are no longer an actor frantically searching for your lines in a divine script. You realize there is no script. You are simply on the stage. You can look at the lights. You can listen to the silence. You can walk over and talk to another person, not because it's in your role, but because you choose to. The terror of being without a purpose gives way to the exhilarating freedom of not needing one. And here's where the architecture of reality begins to reveal itself in a new way. For so long, you viewed life as a linear story, a book that was already written. Your job was to find your chapter and read it correctly. But that's not how things work. Life isn't a pre-written book. It's a living, breathing network of connections. Everything is connected to everything else, and meaning isn't a secret chapter you have to find. Meaning is the texture of the connections you choose to notice and participate in. Think about it. When did you last feel something that felt truly meaningful? Was it when you were reading a book about purpose? Or was it in the moment you made your crying child laugh? Was it when you helped a stranger pick up their dropped groceries? Or in the quiet understanding that passed between you and a friend with no words needed? That is where the meaning is. It's not a noun, it's a verb. It's a quality of connection. It's in the warmth of a coffee cup on a cold morning, connecting you to the present moment. It's in the focused effort you put into your work, whether you're an artist or an accountant, connecting you to your own capabilities. These moments are not clues to a bigger purpose. They are the purpose. They are the whole thing. The old way of thinking forces us to bundle up these small, perfect moments and try to trade them in for one big, grand meaning, like collecting coupons for a prize you can never afford. The new understanding is that the coupons themselves are the prize. There is nothing else to trade them for. This also means you have the freedom to choose not to make any connections for a while, to just be, to disconnect from the noise, the expectations, the endless stream of information, and just sit with yourself. That too is a meaningful connection, the one with your own quiet center. This leads to the final, most important shift. When you stop seeking, you are free to start creating, or even more radically, you are free to simply be. When you are no longer hunting for meaning, you can create it in small, true ways. Maybe your meaning today is just tending to the single plant on your windowsill. You give it water. You make sure it has light. You have created a small pocket of care and life. It doesn't need to save the world. It only needs to be true for you, right now. Maybe your meaning is the smile you give the tired-looking cashier at the supermarket. You haven't fulfilled a grand destiny, but you have introduced a moment of genuine, unasked-for kindness into the network. This is how reality changes, not through grand gestures that get written into history books, but through billions of these tiny, authentic shifts in connection. And then there is the deepest freedom of all, the freedom to just live without needing any meaning at all. Look at a tree. Does a tree worry about its purpose? Does it stress about whether it is fulfilling its potential as a tree? No. It just is. It sinks its roots into the earth and reaches its leaves toward the sky. It provides shade. It houses birds. It breathes. It exists, fully and completely, without any need for a story about its existence. That is its power. To be so completely yourself that you don't need a reason to be. We humans have forgotten this. We believe our complex minds, our ability to ask why, makes us superior. But maybe it's just a feature that has gone into overdrive. Maybe the next step in our evolution is to learn what the tree has known all along, that simply being here is enough, that your presence, your breath, your awareness, that is the whole point. There is no other point. So the transformation isn't about finding a new, better meaning. It's about the radical act of abandoning the search. It's about unlearning the habit of a lifetime, the habit that told you that you were incomplete, that you were a problem to be solved. You are not a problem. You are a presence. You are not a question. You are the answer, just by being here. This changes everything. Your career becomes not a quest for purpose, but a way to engage with the world. Your relationships become not a way to find completion, but a way to share presence. Your life stops being a frantic search and becomes a quiet exploration. The hum of anxiety is replaced by the gentle rhythm of your own breath. You are no longer trying to justify your place in the universe. You are simply inhabiting it. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "I am here, and that is enough." Write it as your promise. Nobody